Hello, welcome to Board Games with Niramas. I'm Joseph and it's time to do a preview of Trappist 1. This is a prototype for a area control game from 3 to 6 players aged 13 and above. And it takes around 45 minutes to play, and we'll get into it here and we'll show you how it works. I'll be joined by Draco and by this penguin guy because we need to be 3 players, so I'll simulate that. And in this game we have these 3 different, in a 3-player game we have 3 different planets and space stations that we need to take control of. Now this population here, of course, people living here, we're going to try to influence them by placing our embassies and our ambassadors out and influence the people and grab majority and get as much influence as possible so we can score points and win the game. And to do that, we are going to place our people out here. We're also going to do actions on these action cards. There's different things we can do as we keep playing. But first we will do a little setup. Now each faction, each color has a special ability. So in my case I started with 2 extra credits, or motivation as they are called in this game. Draco, he has started with 2 of these red dice, which are chief engineers, and they also are stronger in the case that they have a 5 instead of a 4 in power to start off with. Penguin, the yellow player, he starts out with the speciality here that he can his embassies will give him, his chief embassy will give him 3 influence instead of 2, and he can also place it in the setup phase, which you normally can't. Okay, so then we are ready to get going, and in player order, so Penguin starts, he's the first player. He's going to place, and I think he'll place his chief embassy, and he'll go right here on planet Air. And it's Draco's turn. I think he doesn't want to compete right away, and I don't think I want to either. I think we'll just start off a little bit separated. Then in reverse turn order, we will place a ambassador, and it has to be one of these normal guys. I think I'll place mine right here. And I think Draco places here, and let's see, it will go like this. So basically we take on 1 planet each, but we will soon get to interact with each other. And that's where the real fun of the game starts. So we are ready to start playing, and remember Penguin is the first player, and so he will be the first one to grab one of these progress cards that are going to sort of develop these stations in different ways, positive or negative. And so he'll draw one of these, and he has a +1 motivation for cost of an action. So this is a bad thing. So he doesn't want to place that where he's aiming to be himself. And also, almost forgot, we each start with 2 of these sort of mission cards, these secret area missions. So Penguin here, he has, let's see, he wants to get, at the end of the game, he wants to get 3 influence if he has an ambassador with 2 or less power on planet Air. So it's over here, yeah, he could do that perhaps. And he wants to get 3 influence if you have exactly 2 ambassadors on planet Frey. So you want to get 2 guys over there and 1 there that's lower than 2 or less. Okay, so that doesn't really affect, and we all have our 2 missions and we can change them out as we go. That's one of the actions, but I don't think this really affects that. This is just bad basically. So he'll put it over at my place like this. This is also the timer for the game, since we will be placing out 3, 1 each every round. There's 4 rounds in the game, and then the game ends when these stations are full. So now it's Draco's turn, and let's see what he draws. He got -1. This is a good one. So of course he'll place it over at his place where he is now. Let's see, and he also has his missions cards. He wants to get some influence. Ambassador over here. And yeah, he doesn't really have anything for planet Frey right now, but he might, he might change these out as well if he doesn't like them. And so it's my turn, and I get oh, this is bad. Now I have to place it over at the one that's available. 2, you can't place 2 in 1 planet at once, at 1 round. So it goes over here, and this is a -2, and this is not good for Penguin, because he will go down to a 2 here. So he lost some power there because of that. And this is active as we keep playing. So if I would move over here, I would lose 2 to my diet, which is not good. But we have those chief ambassadors. They are not affected by cards. So maybe later on, Penguin will get this guy in here, and that won't be affected. So we'll see how that goes. Now is the start of the round, the develop phase, and now we go to the action phase where Penguin will start to do actions. Now you have a bunch of actions here to choose from, And these 3 down here, they are always the same. They're the basic actions. The other ones, you have a bunch of them and you can switch them out to get different kinds of plays in your games. So a lot of variation there. So let's see, I think he will do an assignment, and this costs 2 motivation. And the reason is, of course, that he wants to get more people out here. So he'll pay 2 motivation, like that, to the bank. Or he could could move this guy as well if he wanted to. But he wants to send out a new one. And I think he wants to get in over here where Draco is. So I think he'll send his... but he does not want to send his chief engineer there. Because remember, he's not affected by cards, and this card is positive. This makes it cheaper to do actions. So he'll just send a normal ambassador over here to Planet Frey and compete with Draco over there. So it's Draco's turn, and I think Draco... well, I guess he wants to... yeah, I think he will try to do the... I think he will do the same. He will pay 2 motivation, but he will send out one of his level 5 chief engineers. He will send him out here to my place, or it's not my place, but where I started. And then it's my turn. I'm not really happy about that, because now Draco beats me in strength, right? So I think I will, but the problem is, if I do something here, it will put +1, so I have to pay 3 to do the same thing. But I'll do it. I guess in the beginning here, there's going to be a lot of sending out. Yeah, and I'll send out my chief ambassador, because now the next time I do an action from here, I can use him sort of, so then I don't have to pay that extra because he's not affected by the card. That was the first, and then we go back to Penguin. We keep going until everybody has passed. And let's see, Penguin, I think now... yeah, I think he wants an embassy over there. So he's going to do the... what's it called? Dichotomy, yeah. And he's going to pay 3 motivations to either destroy an embassy or to build one of his own. And he's going to build one of his own right now. So he'll pay 3 and he put it out right here. Now he will start generating some influence over there as well. Then it's Draco's turn. Draco could destroy that embassy if he wanted to, but I don't know if he want to pay for that. Oh, actually, I forgot something. It's -1, so it only costed 2 for Penguin to do that. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, so maybe Draco wants to, but he doesn't have that much motivation. I think he will place another ambassador, so he'll pay 2. And now he'll place his chief ambassador over here, so he gets the majority right there in power right now. And it's my turn. And I'll just keep placing as well. I'll place another one, but let's remember now it would cost me 3, but it doesn't. Actually, it only costed Draco 1. I keep forgetting that right away. Because Draco did it from there, but he placed him over there. So yeah, there was this ambassador that did the action. Now I have to pay 2 because of my special, my advice. So let's see, what are my goals? I'm aiming for. Oh yeah, I need to get a strong ambassador over on planet Air. The problem is though, if I send this guy in here, he will drop 2 in strength, right? So that's not good. Now you want to do that like Draco did with his special, with his chief engineer or ambassador. I'm gonna send him over here then, okay? Then it's Penguin again. And yeah, he's gonna pay 2, send his chief in there. So he's beating Draco in the strength there. Draco doesn't like it, but once again, he can't send his normal ambassador in there because he will drop 2 in power right away. That's just so bad. So maybe now it's time. Yeah, I think Draco, he's going to pay 2 over here. He's going to use his ambassador, pay 2 to do some fake news. And that means that he can lower the die value of 2 other guys by 1. So he will lower this This is where you start sort of messing with each other, and it can be really, really nasty sometimes. But it's also fun. Okay, so now all of a sudden Draco's 5 beats the 4 in total over there. And so it's time for me once again. And I think I need an embassy. Yeah. I'll do it over there, which means it only costs 2 instead of 3 because it's one lower there. Placing an embassy here. Okay, and Penguin. I guess, yeah, he'll send out his last guy. Oh, it's only costing 1 actually when he does it over there. So he'll send out his last guy over here and try to get some control there. Or actually could go here. Yeah, I think he will. He'll try to get this one. And he'll have to lower there down to 2. But still, he's in the lead though. He's beating Draco right now. So of course Draco is going to do the same. And then it actually costs, yeah, Draco is going to send out, from here it's going to send out, so it costs 1, and he's sending out this guy, and he will become a 2. So they have a big battle going on here, which is kind of good for me because I'm, taking control here without too much worry. So I think that was it. I think I will pass. Or will I? There's other actions I could do. Yeah. I could move in over there. But yeah, I don't know. I think I'll save my motivation. Actually. And no, what I'll do is this. Over here it's -1, so I can pay 3 to do a total recall. Which means I'll pull this guy back, and he becomes a 5. And then I get to place him again. And so I'll place him back here. And now I have a 5, and the other guys have a 4. So I could sort of tip the balance there in the discussion that will come now. That we're trying to determine who is the strongest in each area. So that was the action phase. I don't think the other guys will do anything right now. And now we're going to the resolve phase. And first of all, if there were any embassies standing on its own, if I had no players here, no ambassadors here, the embassy would be destroyed. But there's no such situation like that right now, so we're good with that. And now we will do the duels. Or actually, before we do the duels, we will do a sort of embassy phase where we start with the one that has the fewest. Now there's three ambassadors here, 3 here. So first player we choose. So let's say Penguin chooses this one. We will look at the power here, and I have the most power, which means that I will get to place an embassy here. But I can only have 1 embassy at a time anyway, and everybody has one there, so it doesn't matter. Over here I have the most power, but I already have an embassy, so that's kind of bad planning on my part. And over here, let's see, what is it? 3, 5, 6 against 7. So Draco is the strongest over here, so he gets to place an embassy for free over here, which is awesome. And that was done. Now we do the duel phase. And here it's all about negotiation. Because now we're going to have sort of in each area, like this one, there's 3 ambassadors. There's going to be 3, what's it called? Influence on stake. There's 3 influence to be had here, to be placed here. But to determine who gets to place the influence, we look at the strength. Now in this one it's pretty easy because I have 8 against 5 from Draco. So I'll just win this one. I'll place 3 influence here, and this is where the scoring starts to happen when you sort of at the end of the game you want to have the most influence in one sector. So I'm really in the lead there, 3-0. Then we go over here. Now it gets more interesting because now we have 4, 4 and a 5. So basically now we have to do some deals because once again there's 3 influence to be had. So I could say to like Draco, I could say, well, I have a 5. If you join me, Draco, we're just beating on Penguin. On the other hand, if these 2 guys team up, then they're beating me. I think that's what's going to happen because that's what would happen in most games. They would team up against me. That's what happens. So they team up and they got to decide. They have 3. They could say like, well, maybe Draco is better at negotiation, so he gets 2. And Penguin, he's just a little penguin. He's happy with getting 1 here. Yeah. So they divided it like that. And Oh, actually, since Draco didn't get anything here, he will get a motivation for that. And since I don't get anything over here, I'll get a motivation, just like a little comfort prize. And then we have the big one where there's a lot of folks. And here it's also easy because it's 2 against each other. So Draco will beat Penguin, and Draco will get 5. Because it's 1 per ambassador. Draco will get 5 influence. That's really big. Wow, and it's sad for Penguin because Penguin was really going for this one. He was really trying to do it, but Draco spread some fake news, lowered him. So that's where we're at. And now everyone that has an embassy gets 2 influence. Over here, Draco gets 2. I get 2, and Penguin gets 2. And over there, Draco gets 2 more. But Penguin actually gets 3 because he has his sort of chief embassy, which is just something he has because it's a special ability. So he gets 3 influence there. So he's gonna try to catch up to Draco. And there's also points to be had for being in the 2nd place. So, and I'll get 2 more over here as well because I'm the only one with an embassy here. So it's important to have those embassies out, and you don't want to move your guys away from them because then they will be destroyed at the end of the turn. So that was the whole sort of resolving phase, and now we go to the reset phase, where the first player marker moves. Now it goes to Draco, but I can't get the first player marker because that's one of I get some extra motivation in the beginning, but I can never be the first player. That's kind of bad. We have a new first player, and now we all take 4 motivation tokens each. So we get some more money basically, so we can do some stuff in the next round. And in the next round, it starts off with the cards here, and now Draco is the first one. He's going to draw a card, and this is -1 influence. So for every ambassador you have in the zone, you're going to lose an influence when this happens. Yeah. So where does Draco want to? I think he's mostly concerned about this one, so he's going to place it here. Since I have a guy here, I lose an influence, and the same goes for Penguin, so Draco gets a bigger lead. Then it's my turn, and -1 in power. Well, I'm not going to place it here, so I'm going to place it over here. And let's see, everyone, it doesn't affect the Chiefs, but everyone else is losing. You can't go below 1 as well, so let's see. So now they're actually, yeah, Draco's still in the lead, of course. Okay. And finally, Penguin gets 1, and it's +1. He has to place it here, which I'm happy for that. It's only this guy that's affected, but he goes to a 5. So that was the start of the second round, and if we were more players, the first player would get some money instead, or some motivation instead of being able to place a card. It sort of scales depending on the number of players. So now it's time for the action phase, and let's see. Draco is the first one. What would Draco want to do? I mean, he's pretty much in control over there. And that place is terrible. It's -3 power. So I think maybe he wants to boost himself here. He doesn't want to give this up to me either, though. But now he's already in the lead there. He wants to hold on to that lead. So I think what he will do is, this is interesting. He will do a usurp for 3. But it's -1 over here, so he only pays 2. And that means that he can move somebody else, or he can force them to leave if they are stronger than him. And I'm stronger than him, so he forces me to leave. I have to go somewhere else. Wow, where do I want to go? I kind of want to be over, but no. Yeah, I'll just move here for now, but I will have to move back because otherwise I would lose my embassy over there if I don't have someone there. And then it's my turn, and you know what? I'll pay 1 actually, only, to do an assignment and move my 4th guy in here, so he's in here as well. It's important, I think, to have everyone out there. And then it's Penguin's turn, and Penguin is sort of... yeah, I think he will pay 3 to do a usurp over there and try to get rid of Draco. So Draco has to move his 5. And Penguin can sort of do it with this guy, which is a 3, so then 5 is higher. So where does Draco go then? I think he'll go in here then, because yeah, then he has to control there. But he doesn't want to give up on this. He will try to get back there. Now it's his turn. Okay, this is mean, but Draco is going to do some fake news. He likes that stuff, so he's going to pay. Oh, actually, has to pay 2 because he has this chief. So he'll pay 2 over here, and lowers 2 of my guys down to a force. So he's trying to work me down there, get me a bit more sort of possible for him to fight me. And then it's my turn, and I'll pay 3 here to move a guy. I'll move this guy in here. But I'm still not beating Draco here. I would need to team up with Penguin in that case. But maybe I can get Penguin on my side. You know, I can offer him, like, over here now it's 5. I could say that to Penguin, well, you get 3 influence, I get 2. Just so that we win, so that Draco doesn't win. And so it is Penguin's turn. He's passing though, and it's Draco. And I think Draco is going to... He's going to pay 4 to get an embassy in here. So he has an embassy in all places. And then it's my turn. You know what? I'm gonna pay 3. I'm going to do the blackmail action. That is to... I can remove 1 influence from Draco, and I can place 1 of my own. I can sort of change the people's mind. I can blackmail them into liking me more. And so I'm starting to work on not... You know, stopping Draco from getting the control over that area. This is the fun of the game. All this discussion, all this trying to get together, and how back and forth and getting the area majority. Okay, and then I think it's time for... Yeah, I think it's time for passing, and we'll go through resolve phase. And now here we start here. There's the fewest number of ambassadors, and I will get an embassy, but I already have one. Over here, Penguin will get one. He already has one, and everybody has theirs, so it doesn't happen. Now we go to the duels, and over here I beat Draco. There's not much to be said about it. It's 8 versus 5, so put these in. Then we go there, and there Penguin wins, and he gets 4. So he's starting, I think he's catching up to Draco now, actually. And over here it's a bit of a discussion, because I need both me and Draco. Well, Draco is in the lead, but both of us need to get Penguin on board. And yeah, Penguin's gonna bite. He's gonna take the offer I gave him. He takes 3 of the 5. And I get 2. So I'm not in the lead, but at the same time I made Penguin be in the lead instead of Draco. So you can really affect that. Who do you want to have be in the lead? Because yeah, you can manipulate that back and forth. And now we do, everybody gets, I get 2 here. And 2 for Draco and 2 for Penguin. So it doesn't really change the strength right there, because everybody has 1. But over here Penguin is not involved at all. And over here Penguin does get 3 here because of his special embassy. So he's going to, in the long run, he's going to beat Draco if Draco can't do something about it there. So that was that, and now we go to moving the start player. And we are ready for the 3rd round, where we will start off once again placing these, and the game will go on like that until we played 4. So basically we played half the game now. So it's a quick game, really fun, and you can really get a lot out of it with the whole area majority discussion and so on. So that is Trappist 1, and I think I've shown you most of the game. Now, of course, there's other cards out here, other action cards that could be used in the game. I'm just playing with the sort of recommended setup here for the first time. There's a bunch of these, and you can get a lot of variation, which will affect the tactics of the game and how to do to get the majority and score those points. Because in the end, it's going to be a first place, second place, so on, where we get points. Also, we want to make sure that we do our secret area missions, because they will give us influence as well. Thank you so much for watching this preview of Trappist 1, and I hope you have a great evening or morning or whenever you're watching this. Take care, bye bye.